Hockey fans, welcome to BoardCheck, Impact Media's weekly drive through the neutral zone into Ovechkin's office. Yeah, that guy. Into the world of professional hockey. I'm your host, Jeremy, the Impact York. Joining me for a special BoardCheck is one of our very own homegrowns here. He is Jake Skinner, and there is a very big reason why he is a part of us tonight, and we will get into that shortly. But first, if you want to follow the show at BoardCheck99 on YouTube, we'll find shows. Even when I forget and post it on the main YouTube, you can find it impact underscore media underscore there as well. And all the social medias, BoardCheck99 will find this show. Now, first off, how are you, Jake?
I'm doing good. Doing good. It's been a fun week so far. Haven't
Yep,
recovered
and
from the
it's
weekend.
yep, and today was definitely the second Monday of the week.
Agreed. 100% agree, man. It's been a fun one, but just got in from the gym, waiting on dinner to thaw out so I can cook it. So I'm ready to go. I'm hungry as well.
Well, I hear you. I'll continue to get my workouts in while we're doing this show.
There we go.
That way we don't waste a lot of time. Uh, but no, we're obviously going to talk some Preds and some Canes on the back end of this show. But one of the main reasons I wanted to have Jake on this week is he was able to obtain his own media pass to the Atlanta Gladiators and joined me this weekend up in the media booth to cover both games. So before we get into the games, how was it?
I mean, it was a blast. I mean, thanks to your access before, I've gotten to at least see the view more than anything,
Yeah.
but actually getting to watch the full game from sitting up that high. I mean, nothing beats it. Like, yeah, nothing beats being on the glass, though. I mean, like, truthfully, the glass is where you want to be, unless as a casual fan, you want to be a little higher up because you could see everything happen.
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome. Like getting to see stuff happen, and I mean, we got two complete opposite end of the spectrum games. You couldn't
Yeah.
have asked for
Yeah.
a better weekend of hockey.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, first weekend getting to do media with you, properly was definitely worth the wait, definitely worth the trip, the effort, and looking forward to doing many, many more in the future.
Yep, definitely so. And like I told you and John in our big chat, and I've told other people since. I really didn't do much to pump it up. I was prepared to defend on the back end if I had to, but I said, hey, here's the email, here's the contact that you need to contact about that. It's a public email, anybody could get it, so I'm not giving you a leg up or nothing. But sell yourself to them as to why you should be up there. And without really anything I did outside of the fact that they've met you before and already kind of knew your character and everything. Uh, you pretty much got it on your own. So that's proud friend moment
Yeah.
there. That I was prepared to defend you, but didn't have to. You just like that guy behind you went right into the office and put some points on the board.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it helps knowing the people around there. You guys got a good group up there, so it
Oh
was
yeah.
definitely a fun weekend. Even all the ECHL officials that we were sitting next to were having a blast, like cutting up with
Hmm.
us. Like they're in the middle of working and they're looking at me going, I am getting tired of doing this right now. And I'm just like, I can step in if you want me to. And he's like,
Yeah.
you might have to. So it was a good weekend. Like I'm ready to go back. Hopefully I can make another game or two before the season's over. Just got a lot going on right now.
Yeah. And as I mentioned before, I was looking at my handy dandy schedule there and remaining home games. There are some away games in between here, but remaining home games are on some crazy days. I'm going to do my best to be at as many as possible as well. I was actually just talking to Liam Godimer right before we came on about some games coming up. But yeah, the games coming up. We have next Friday night. Then there's a week off. Then there's I think that Wednesday is the day game at 10:30. I'm actually going to try to make that one. I've never been to one of those school day games, and everybody tells me they're a blast. And I mean,
Yeah.
as much fun as I have leading the youth of my church into various things, being around all those fun little children at a hockey game is got to be fun. That same week, there is a Saturday game. The following week, it is Wednesday, Friday, and then Sunday. And then they actually go to Florida for the rest of the week. And that is actually the end of the season. I'm I'm a little bummed that we are so close to the end of the season here, and unfortunately, unless we all but win out, we are not going to be in the postseason.
No, I just don't see it happening for them. Looking at, they've had a good, not great year. Kind of similar story to last year, I guess. Injuries, players just getting caught up, moved around, and
Yeah,
then some days just not taking advantage of what's given to you and just not
yeah,
putting it together when you need to. Um, Definitely think. I mean, I can't talk bad about Coach Nesbitt. Love the guy. He's a good friend of us. Don't have his number, so I don't talk to him a lot. But every time we see him, he's able to talk to for a little bit. So
yep,
I don't, I think that him and Ginn are doing a good job. I just think I don't know if they are the right long term for them, but then again, this is minor league hockey. I think they're good where they are right now. I think give like anything we always talk about in college, our college football show, give a coach 3 to 4 years, let him
yeah,
get his roster, let him get his players, and see what happens. And
hmm
truthfully, what I saw from that team this weekend, they played a different style than he prefers, I believe, and it
yeah.
worked to their benefit. So I'm hoping that maybe that was a little, maybe we need to shift some things up, play a little more aggressive, take some more shots, do what we got to do, and just say screw it. Just go for it, and not be so cautious. They still have some issues to work through, but like all the extra passing that's not needed, they basically play hot potato too often.
They do. It's something I even said when I was doing the guest commentary with Liam a couple games back. Is I said sometimes I said they used to be a team that would try to shoot first all the time and not pass, and then now they've become the team where I feel like it's one too many passes. But I would rather be that than I'd rather be the latter than the former in that case because they're creating some really good shots. But
Hmm.
I think even the opposing goalies are starting to realize like, okay, the better shot is here, so he's going to pass here. So they're already shifting to the other guy. So maybe fake the pass and do those, throw them in from there because it seems like the other goalies are anticipating that extra pass now and they're just right in front of it.
Yeah, they're just not opportunistic with their chances. They got to realize we're a little too cutesy. Let's just get back to, just cut out an extra pass. You see
Yeah,
a shot, take it. Even if it's not going to be good, you want shots on goal. Like you don't care about your percentages as much in hockey. You just care about the end result. This
yeah,
isn't baseball where you're like swing wildly at everything you can just because you think you can hit it. Hockey, if you think you've got a shot or even a puck width, you take it. Like you
yeah.
never know. A deflection could lead to an assist.
Yep.
The goalie could misread the situation. So what if they catch it or they block it and and then you got to go on defense? At least you took the effort and made a shot happen.
Mm-hmm.
You missed
Yeah.
99% of the shots you don't take. Michael Scott and Wayne
100%.
Gretzky.
100% actually.
So they definitely missed. They definitely missed missing on that aspect. I think they should, but they did take a lot of shots in that second game this weekend.
They
Like
did.
they realized they kind of had no choice but to, and it paid off in a big time moment.
Yeah, we'll get to that Sunday game in a second. Let's start with the Saturday game because that was Thrasher night, one of the biggest nights of the year. People don't believe me. That and the Teddy Bear Toss are probably number one and number two in attendance, in
Hmm.
overall uh, fan participation, and all the various things like that.
The co-host has shown up.
Yep. Speaking of Thrasher night, there is no bigger Thrasher fan than Kiyoshi right there.
No,
Just talked my ear off. Was very upset we did not get her a media pass, and I'm going to work on it. I'm going to see if we can do that maybe for next season. But
yeah.
Thrashernaut's always so fun. It was sold out. It felt sold out. It's
Hmm.
as close to Blue Land as I've felt in an arena since Blue Land, since the last year or so in actual Blue Land.
Yeah,
Because it does. I always tell people, I said, yeah, that one hurt when we lost the Thrashers. That one really hurt me.
yeah.
Most of the time, things that happen to my teams, it's kind of up or down. I just kind of go with the flow. It feels like we didn't get a chance to see the ending. It's like it's like Deadwood. A good TV show. It had 3 great seasons. There was no real ending, and you felt that it wasn't buttoned up. And the fact that Gladiators every year do this Blue Land thing, I think it's fantastic. And like I said, I was feeling the Blue Land love on that one, so I
Yeah,
appreciate the efforts of that. And the team actually was playing really well. I think they enjoyed the Thrasher jersey.
I think so. Like as someone who unfortunately did, I grew up loving hockey thanks to the Mighty Ducks and watching Miracle, which by the way,
Yep.
I am tonight's watching D3.
Ah.
I've told you I was going to go through those this week. Um, I never got to go to a hockey game until you and I first met back in 2016, and you took me to my first game. So I never got to see experience Blue Land. I always saw it, got to watch it on TV all the time because my dad, we liked hockey growing up. It's just not something
Yeah.
that we ever thought about going to. Maybe pricing, I don't know. I mean, this is pre 2010, so who knows? It used to be cheaper a lot than it is now. But
It was.
I still have not made it to an NHL game, and I do hope to change that next season if possible, if I can pull that off. But for someone who never got to experience Blue Land as it was, I definitely can say that that is an atmosphere there that I truly love. The city of Atlanta, especially those fans, even there's only what 8,000 of them, maybe 10, whatever the stadium holds. I definitely
I
can
don't
tell
know the
you,
exact number. I think it's between 85 and 87, something like
right,
that.
but it's clear that the fans still love their Thrashers. The city still loves the Thrash.
Me too.
Again, I know you've said it. You're 4 or 5 years away, and I don't disagree. Like especially
I
with
think we are. Yeah.
Alpharetta potentially getting rid of the rink that they've got, which is so dumb. Like I think Atlanta deserves its third team, and this time it deserves owners that know what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like with Tampa Bay, not the Lightning, the Rays, an owner who actually wants them there because Tampa Bay, their owner still hasn't signed off on the new stadium. Still, and they have to break ground soon, otherwise it will not be done by 28.
Right.
So side note, it's the same situation. Like Atlanta deserves owners who care, and I truly do think that like the owners of the Glads care. They just don't have the money for that one. But you need an
Yeah.
investment group to sit there and like, look, we're putting them where the fans want them. Go out throughout every area. Mostly going to be Alpharetta because that's just the most basic place to put one. Not inside the perimeter. Outside it's where your best bet's going to be. But that area truly is where they've been talking about putting a rink. It makes the most sense because all the fans used to be there. Blue
Yeah.
Land needs to come back. If not the Thrash, another name. Don't know who that should be. But honestly, you should bring it back and let this team thrive. Give them 20 years,
Yeah.
not 10, not 11. Give them a full 20. Give some owners who have some time because
Yeah.
we love hockey down here.
Yeah.
Nashville's proven
Absolutely.
it. Carolina's proven it. Florida, like the fact that we have Florida teams that are winning titles tells you it can be played anywhere.
Hmm.
Hockey is big. We've got the fans. Just bring them back. Like,
Yeah.
by all means, just bring the team back. And like I said, this weekend proved it to me. They want them. There was not like I saw very few Glads jerseys. I saw Thrashers. Everyone
Yep.
was wearing one. Everybody, both nights.
Yeah. And that's why I was glad that you got the passes for the weekend for this one, because I can describe it all I want. I can talk about it all I want, but until you kind of get the Gladiators version of Blue Land and kind of just feel that appreciation for
Hmm.
hockey in the South, it's just a hard thing to get across to people. But when you actually feel it, like you're saying, then you feel good about it.
Yeah, you do. It felt like it was like I said, it was back. Even though I never got to experience it made me only go, I could see what the appeal was. I can see why we had the team and how
Yeah.
much people loved it. I mean, to be fair, the people still love their Knights.
Yes.
No one around really was there for the Flames. Most of the fan base is not there for the Atlanta Flames. But like every time they cheer, every time we have the national anthem, you hear the entire fan base yell Knights.
Yep.
Like I said, Atlanta loves their hockey. It may not be the
Hmm.
biggest sport because this is the South, this is football country, but
Yeah.
it's been proven that they absolutely love their hockey because if you put a
Yeah.
product on the ice that's worthy of watching, the fans will show up. If you build it, they will come. And what happened with the Thrashers last time is the ownership failed us. They wanted more money, either it was the stadium money, I don't remember all the details, but they
There's a
just
lot.
see there's a lot exactly, but see that's the thing is they weren't committed to getting through it and finding what they had to do to make it work.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
find the
It's
right group. I mean, I don't want to say Arthur Blank because I need him to step away for some things, but you put in some people who
not
actually care
Arthur.
and you'd have,
Um, it needs to be. I mean, obviously, you need people to run the team as well. And I'm not saying these people can't, but you need your Tom Glavins, you need your Little Johns, your Ushers. You need your people that tell everybody they're big fans of Atlanta and they're big fans of hockey. You need those celebrities who have the capital to be able to put together. I mean, at this point, if um if Rob McElhaney and Ryan Reynolds can buy a Welsh soccer team and bring them the way they did, then let's get Hugh Jackman and I don't know what's Michael J. Fox or something to come buy this team and then make them something. It doesn't have to be celebrities. I'm just saying they have the capital or the ways to get to capital. There's some other business leaders in Atlanta. I think Tyler Perry would be one I would try to
I
go
think
after. I feel
honestly, if
like
you
he would do
if you go
something.
after some of the hip hop community, we gotta call them the Atlanta Rhythm then. Yeah. I mean, at
All
that
that.
point, then the fans they can have an area called the Atlanta Rhythm section. I mean, why not? You're welcome, mom and dad, for that reference. But like, you get what I was
Yeah,
like, it can happen. I don't want
sure.
to spend the rest of the time talking about that, but I will definitely go back to
Well, it could
say
be it could be a 4 hour show by itself
it
of just
could.
things I
It
know.
could. I can rant, you know I can. Mike Bobo,
Yeah,
ready to go. But it was a great weekend. That first night, the atmosphere was electric. The fans were ready to go. And honestly, we saw one of the best goaltending games I've
for
ever
sure.
seen from a goalie. He got a shutout. And like, I mean,
Yeah,
he stopped everything. Like there was not a second that you thought that the Ghost Pirates were going to score. There was
yeah.
not a moment.
And honestly, had he not got the shutout, the next thing I'm going to mention would have been the biggest thing. But yeah, Drew DeRitter got I don't know how many shutouts he has this year. It's got to be 4 or 5, 6 somewhere. I think he's got to have that many. Him or Hyder or whatever who just got caught. He just got brought back down. Both of those guys are 1A, 1B. They're both phenomenal. Can do this any night. That's what's really kept the Gladiators in a lot of games this year. But we got to talk about that Andrew Jarvis goal at the very end, where if you see where Ovechkin is over here, if you go, I would say, let's see, uh, almost where the end of his stick is where Andrew Jarvis did a backhand, just flipped it up in the air to try to clear the zone, and this thing beelines goes all the way down, goes in for the what ended up being the third goal. That was a shorthanded goal, by the way. I forgot about that part.
Hmm.
That's the whole reason he was clearing the puck. He literally scored from almost the red line that the goal sits on from the corner there, and that's almost as good as a goalie goal in my opinion.
No, I don't disagree. Like it was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. Like he he was abs okay, real quickly. DeRitter has th he has 3 games where he has had a shutout this year.
3 shutouts. Wow, I thought he had more than that.
Three.
Maybe
Uh,
maybe Hyder had the other ones.
he had three, and he's had 3 games where he only gave up a single. Um, yeah,
He's
I
good, folks.
just yeah, he's good. Three as well for Hyder.
Hyder.
Yeah, so both of them together
Gee.
have definitely done that, which is great. But yeah, like you said, that goal itself was just one of the I mean, that was just one of the top ones I've ever seen in my life. Like
Yeah,
backhand, like basically spinning around, flicking a puck, and having to basically golf shot that thing on the ice and catch the right break. I
yeah.
mean, he was playing some, has a heck of a shot. I've not seen anything like that. I mean, it's right up there with my first game when I went with you when we saw the goalie goal. Like it was the goalie goal special, but hitting that shot that he did
Yeah.
is up there. Like you don't see that on a day-to-day basis. Just and
No.
yes, it's an empty netter. Who cares? Anytime
Still.
you can hit
Still.
from what far line to goal, like
Oh yeah.
what Liam say, 180 feet or something like that.
Something like that. Because I
Yeah,
like you said that was from Stone Mountain. I said that was from I forgot where that kid's from, but
he's
somewhere in
from Sweden
Ontario,
or something
Canada.
like that. Or yeah, he's on Terra Campbell. Yeah, like that was a heck of a shot. You can't go wrong with that. Like I know you aim those. The idea is just to aim for the middle, but still, in a moment of a flick of a wrist to hit where that was, nah,
Yeah.
that's a little bit of luck on his side. We almost saw the same thing the very next night, which then did not end up the way we wanted for a moment.
No. No. Yeah, we'll talk about that one here shortly. But we ended up 3-0. We get the shutout there. Looked really good against Savannah. Because night number two, well, actually both nights, but night number two, we actually got a chance to talk to Cristiano, the Savannah Ghost Pirate play-by-play announcer. We were actually seated next to him both nights. We leave him alone while he's calling, but in between breaks, we were able to chat him up a little bit. He is a super guy. He is really good at what he did. So,
He is.
shout out to Cristiano on that. But yeah, game number three was one of the craziest ones I have ever seen. We saw what,
Yeah.
four
Four
goals in the
goals and
first 3 minutes.
yep.
We saw two more goals, I believe, to start the one from each side. Another two to start the second, another
All right.
two to start the third, and
So
then
here you
we end
go.
up to
Here's
overtime.
scoring. So to give you guys an idea, with a minute and 11 seconds in, Savannah scores. A minute
Yeah, there it is.
52,
40. Yep.
we score. Which I will tell you right now, I didn't even see that one because of how fast it went down.
Right.
And then literally 34 seconds later, we got another one.
Mm-hmm.
And then 14 seconds later,
Seconds
somehow the
later.
Ghost Pirates go and get theirs. And we did not see another goal until the second period. Because, and I'm
And
like I
it
said,
was
I'm sitting
19
next to the
seconds
guy who's
in.
counting the shots.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm listening to go 16, 6, 13, 8. Like he's reading off the numbers so that they can track assists and goals and shots and everything. And he
Yep.
literally gets one in. He's helping the girl that was helping him was new at doing it and helping him. So he's having to show her. Well, as he's teaching, they score a goal, and I heard him utter some words that I would have uttered myself. He's trying to guess, and he just looks at me, and I go, "It was this and this," and he's like, "Thank you." So he puts it down real quick because they're both bouncing off trying to figure it out, and it
Mm-hmm.
happened again, and he goes, "What?" And I'm going, "It's this, this, and this," and he's like, "Thanks." So because I was watching just because I was like, "It's fascinated with this." And then after that, he looked at me and goes, I was like, "Do you need to go outside for a minute?" He goes, "I'm going on a break." The second the period was over, he bolted. He bolted for the lounge. He was
Yeah.
like, "I need out."
And here's the crazy thing: of the 9 goals that were scored, 8 different people scored those goals. Cody Sylvester was the only one who scored multiple goals. He had one in the first and
And
one
I
in the
want to
second.
say Sylvester's the one who almost got one at the end as well. Um,
Yeah, I think it
that
was.
goal that happened with 19 minutes and 58 seconds on the
There was
clock.
1.4 seconds left. 1.4 was when
Like
the clock
I could just
stopped.
tell, like I don't want to jump ahead, but like let's be honest, there was nothing in the second period of note, except a lot of chippiness. A hockey game did break out in the middle of a fight, which I love that.
Yeah.
You saw that a lot, but like I said, I told you on Saturday that a something was brewing.
Yep.
It was gonna get ugly,
Hmm.
and sure enough, it was just all night long.
Yeah.
Atlanta played the most physical game I've ever seen them play in my 9 years of going to games.
Yeah.
So like it that was just so much fun to go to for that side. But then with like almost from the exact same spot, our guy turns around, flips a shot, empty net, and all you see if you fans will go watch the video is you see our guy and their guy come flying in together, knocks the puck away. We get up and we try to corner it with a skate, hand pass it, corner it, and I'm like, just get the puck out of there, just get the puck out of there. The puck got out, but it got caught by a ghost pirate who hit a ghost pirate who hit a ghost pirate and was on a breakaway. And he gets taken down by the other guy. And as soon as he gets down, as he's going down, he does this little flip or something, and it goes just over the goalie, who turns around and
Yep.
then realizes what's happening and just looks and then looks at the clock, and everyone's losing their mind.
And we will give him credit. That is Ghost Pirate player Dennis
Sasana.
Sasana. I believe it's his name.
God, that was honestly like that was a beautiful goal. Like I hate that the camera worked. Like nothing against our camera guys, but they thought the puck was behind, and then they had to shift it real quick, and then they
Yep.
just caught the little flick. And I'm like,
Yep.
even watching it live, I was standing up. I couldn't believe what happened. Like I'm telling
Exactly.
you, Cristiano next. I almost heard Liam, but I couldn't hear Liam because Cristiano was screaming 5 feet away from us,
Yeah.
and Liam
Yeah.
at the other end. I think he's uttering some words that I can't repeat because he had to mute himself because he was just in shock.
Yeah. I think he was so distraught he just didn't have a lot to say. But of course, all the
Of course,
Jeremy's had to defend ourselves.
let's be honest. Liam was that point was like immediately, oh crap, we have a show to do in less than an hour,
Yep. The
20
coaching
minutes
show. Yeah.
away.
Yep.
How am I going to make this now? It's overtime.
But luckily, he had us to help break some stuff down
Yep.
up there and give him a head start. Jeremy Hansel with the overtime winner. Jeremy always has to defend Jeremy. So great
He
on
had
that.
one heck of a shot. He got down that knee to get some leverage, and he snapped that
Oh,
thing
sure.
as a heck of a ripper over the goal. Like it was so fast, like it was a Fulton Reed type of shot.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So yeah, it was
But
a great goal, like a very, very good game. But yeah, let's get over to Nashville now.
yeah, let's get through that real quick. Man, we're gonna talk more about it next week. But those Predators, as much as we all know them, much we all love them, they cannot string together more than a couple games, and they're I don't think they're going to make the playoffs either. They're not going to backdoor their way in. I thought they would last couple weeks, but I don't think they are now. The young
No.
talent is developing. I think they had a similar problem that the Gladiators did. You have to find the right people for the right lines.
Hmm.
Stamkos and Marchessault and all those have been great additions, but you got the right people on the bus. You got to find the right seat for these guys, and so far they
Yep.
just haven't been able to find them.
Now they've it's not been their year when it comes to that, you know.
No,
Especially they at home, they play amazing. I'm looking at it right now, they are 15, 15, 12, and 3 on the road. I mean, at home. Not the best, that's middle line, but still that's great.
pretty good.
In comparison to your home record, your away record, which is 6-20 and 4. Clearly cannot win on the road. That's
They
that's
are
their
not
that's
a
their
good
fatal
travel team.
flaw.
Yeah,
Right now they are currently winning on the road against Boston 3-2 with 17-16 left. So they are playing some decent hockey tonight. Not great, but maybe they can pull this one out. They definitely have a shot lead, which is probably helping them.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, I just got through watching that clip. The Rangers, they played a heck of a game shutting them out. Like that was some hockey worth watching. But yeah, it's too late for the Preds. Pack it in, focus on next year. Use this
yep,
time to figure out who you want to keep, who you want to get rid of. Draft season's coming up. Figure out
yep,
what lines are going to work, and like, hey, we can afford these set of guys. How can we build around these guys? Pick out who you
yep,
want and accept that next year it's going to need to be a rebuilding year, but maybe you can jump out and surprise some people.
yeah. Maybe so. And then on the flip side, the Hurricanes are like I told you, they win probably 4 out of 5 of their games. They are rolling. They added Taylor Hall and a couple other ones that I just did not know were even on the block,
Yeah.
and
That,
made this team even more depth worthy, even more stout. And they've got to be the number one or number two favorite, in my opinion, to take the cup.
Yeah, they're playing. They're getting. I think they could get hot real quick. I mean, last few games they've had a win streak of 4, win streak of 2, a couple of singles. Last handful of games they've had more losses than wins, which does not help them. But every team kind of goes through a little
Yep.
close to end it, unless you're just that team that's just that hot 24/7. So
Yeah.
I don't think they're in second place. I don't foresee them having any reason to stress Carolina fans.
No, they're
Your
locked in.
35 wins. Their away games are a little tough, but hey, they're in the third. They're beating the Red Wings, which is always a good day for most hockey fans. So yeah, I think they're in a good spot. They've got a good roster. Um, I mean, you can't go wrong with this group of guys. Like I'm sitting here looking at it. Like I
It's
think was it
just, I mean,
Aho's? Yeah,
it's
Chris
what we
Sebastian
used to all
Aho's.
do on video games. We used to take
Hmm.
the trade blocker off and just load a team up, and that is this team.
Yeah, no, don't disagree with you on that one. Like I mean, like they're averaging. Yeah, like Karski, I think is how you pronounce his name. He's only averaging 2.18 goals a game.
Yeah.
That's you can win with that. Like that's what is that? Yeah, like they got a couple guys that
Which
they've
goalies
got,
you
but still.
mentioned? I didn't hear which one you mentioned.
Tokarski, he's got the best out of all of their 3 ones because it looks like they played a few different guys, but yeah, like they're not playing horrible. Their goalies are looking good. I'm looking at I don't know, I'm not gonna pronounce the Russian's name. Just forget that one. All I know is it's Peter
Oh, uh, God, I just forgot his name.
Ketchkov.
Close.
Yeah.
I know we're running. Why I'm looking that up? Ovechkin watch. He is 11 away from the
Yes.
overall. Like 11, and he has the record, and he's 39, so he could play a couple more years. He could actually get 1,000 goals in the National Hockey League, and this is a record I didn't think was going to get broken.
Yeah, I'm with you. I kind of growing up, you watch the great one. You figure he's going to hold it forever. I'm glad to see someone else can do it. I think Gretzky definitely wants to see him do it because Ovi's just been great for so long. I grew, him, by say him and Sid the Kid, been 2 great ones. Like this has been a great time to be a hockey fan.
Absolutely. We're talking about Frederick Anderson and Pyotr Kochetkov is how you say those.
Kachetkov,
But
that's it. Okay.
It's been another great edition of Board Check. He is Jake Skinner. I am Jeremy York. We will see you guys next
See
week.
y'all.
Deuces, gooses. Go watch hockey. Go Preds. Go Canes. Go Glads.